Bagley Pro Drew Benton. You know, a Balsa bait has really been around a long time, a lot longer than I've been around, as a matter of fact. But they really came a long way. You know, it started out as, you know, a chunk of balsa, a block of wood, and it was carved out, sanded down, painted. A lot of times they'd put wires through them, you know, they'd have to cut them in half, glue them back together, and put your wire through for your hooks and your split rings, glue the bills in. You know, it's a handmade process, and each one would be different. You might have to buy, you know, 6 or 7 plugs to get 2 of them to run the same or run the same depth. But Bagley has really gone the extra mile and come up with a process that makes each one of their plugs exactly the same out of the package, and it's called the HCM process. And what that stands for is heat compression mold. So basically, they'll carve this bait out of a block of balsa, just like, you know, they would in the old days, and split it in half, and it would go into a mold. And that mold would be heated up, and it would almost burn this wood and compress it to the point where it takes all the voids out of balsa. You know, balsa is very porous wood, so it's got a lot of voids in it, and you know, from one balsa plank to the next, one might weigh a lot more or a lot less than, you know, the other. And that process takes all those voids out, so it makes your paint jobs a lot thinner because it's not absorbing the paint. It makes them all weigh the same, and it makes them the same buoyancy. It also makes them a lot tougher. You know, everybody's hit a crankbait off of a trolling motor, off a tree, a dock, or whatever, and it just shattered. And I found that, you know, I don't want to be smacking it on the water, getting grass off of it all the time, but I found that it actually makes these baits a lot tougher and more durable as well. So that's one huge thing that Bagley's done with that HCM process. You don't have to buy 10 of these things to get 2 of them to run right. They're all gonna run the same out of the package, and it's definitely helped me as a pro angler. I can keep less baits in my boat to get the job done. So be sure to check them out. Bagley, changing the game.